Yeah. One, two, three. Yeah.
In 1994, SNK debuted the King of Fighters 94. The game's creators borrowed popular fighters from their other successful franchises and pitted them against one another in a revolutionary 3-on-3 tournament. When one team member was eliminated, another would take his or her place. The first team to lose all three combatants lost. KOF 94 also marked the appearance of a new video game hero, Kyo Kusanagi. With the release of the King of Fighters 95, Kyo came face to face with his mortal enemy, Yori Yagami. Unless players wanted them to fight side by side. The latest KOF installment featured a new team edit system, and players could assemble any combination of three combatants from the roster of characters. The King of Fighters 96 was the first game in the series to achieve the game's now signature look. Better graphics and improved sound complemented new moves and designs for the 27 playable characters. 4 different gameplay modes and the introduction of new rush combos provided varied and ultra-quick action. What is known as the Orochi Saga came to a close in King of Fighters 97. In addition to the regular Extra mode, players could now compete in the new Advanced mode, where a fighter's power meter would fill up as they completed attacks. A handful of characters were added as well as mid-level and end-level bosses to make the game more story-driven. 1998 marked a very busy year for SNK and the KOF franchise. Fans in Japan could play as Kyo in the aptly titled first-person RPG King of Fighters Kyo. And if KOF enthusiasts worldwide were in the mood for a battle royal, King of Fighters 98 offered no-holds-barred fisticuffs. Also, SNK released the 16-bit monochrome Neo-Geo Pocket, and along with it, King of Fighters R1 in Japan only. Sales of the portable video game system were tremendous, until Nintendo released the Game Boy Color, and soon the Neo-Geo Pocket was obsolete. Undeterred, in 1999, SNK released the Neo-Geo Pocket Color, or NGPC, and the King of Fighters R2 worldwide. Again, sales were good to start, but the NGPC never quite took off. SNK abandoned the handheld market and refocused on their console and arcade titles, including a joint venture with their top competitor, Capcom. With their differences set aside, the companies created 4 titles known as the SNK vs. Capcom series. Also, SNK released the King of Fighters 99 Millennium Battle. Fans discovered a new Striker mode, where players could tag in a teammate if they were getting thrashed. But before SNK could develop the Nest saga further, financial troubles threatened the King of Fighters' existence. Meanwhile, in 2000, Aruze, a manufacturer of pachinko machines, bought SNK. But Aruze was only interested in exploiting the KOF characters' popularity by putting their likenesses on pachinko machines to attract people into their gambling parlors. They would, however, release the King of Fighters 2000, the last game ever created by SNK before their bankruptcy. And at the time, it looked like the last game in the KOF franchise. After Aruze put SNK into bankruptcy, Korean video game manufacturer Eolith produced the next 2 KOF titles, the King of Fighters 2001 and the King of Fighters 2002 Challenge to Ultimate Battle. KOF 2001 added a 4th fighter to the mix for each team and a bunch of new characters. And KOF 2002 brought back characters fans hadn't seen for years. Meanwhile, SNK's founder started a new company entitled Playmore and brought most of the old SNK team back together. Then, he reacquired the rights to his old SNK intellectual property, including the KOF franchise, which meant no more exploitation on the dreaded pachinko machines and a returned focus on game creation. In 2003, Playmore became SNK Playmore, and the company released the King of Fighters 2003.
Ready, go!
The game marked the beginning of the Ash Crimson saga and was the last KOF title to be ported to the Neo-Geo system. Then, in January 2004, SNK finally avenged Aruze's disgrace of KOF and other characters. The Osaka District Court awarded SNK's founder 5.64 billion yen in a decision against Aruze for copyright infringement, including unauthorized use of SNK's intellectual property on pachinko machines. The financial boon timed perfectly with the 10th anniversary of the original King of Fighters game. So the new SNK Playmore went old school and released a fully updated version of KOF 94 entitled The King of Fighters 94 Reboot. The game featured a new anime intro, plus a fresh take on the backgrounds, which now incorporated 3D elements. SNK Playmore continued experimenting in 3D with the release of the King of Fighters Neo Wave. That game would be the final arcade port in the illustrious King of Fighters franchise. The King of Fighters Maximum Impact took KOF fully 3D in 2004. Online multiplayer battles were coupled with new jump attacks and sideways moves. Plus, players could pause the game and take photographs of the action from all angles with a stop-action camera. The game officially put the King of Fighters back on the map.
Come on, big boy.
And started a string of releases culminating in a sequel, The King of Fighters Maximum Impact 2 in 2006. The King of Fighters series had become stronger than ever. The franchise could now be found everywhere, from mobile phones to mahjong tiles. Voluptuous Mai Shiranui, long a fan favorite, was voted a top 10 hottest gaming female. A new game, KOF 11, is due out soon. And a movie based on the franchise is in the works. Hong Kong action director Gordon Chan has been tapped to direct an English-language King of Fighters movie. Shooting is planned to begin in early 2008. To date, the franchise boasts over 30 titles and over 100 characters, numbers that promise to grow with each new release of the King of Fighters.